Good afternoon. I'm Dennis Ward with a look at what our APTN National News reporters are working on. We start with our most northern bureau, Iqaluit, Nunavut. Our Kent Driscoll is there. Kent, what are you working on?
Thanks. And the first thing I have my eye on are the ongoing court proceedings between the Nulajat Land Guardians and the Baffinland Iron Ore Mine. Now, after hearing evidence last weekend, Nunavut Justice Sue Cooper granted the mine a temporary injunction against the protesters. But the court has yet to decide whether that injunction will be permanent or to dump it. Both sides are in judges' chambers today, with counsel for the protesters having a chance to cross-examine the mine executives. The other interesting thing I'm working on, February's Black History Month. I'm going to introduce you to a successful Black Inuk playwright, Miali Koli Suluvnik. Now, when I got a hold of Miali for this story, she suggested I contact her father, who is Black, and her Inuk mother. Now, I talked with her dad, and he tells me when he moved to Iqaluit, then Frobisher Bay, in 1978, there were only 6 Black people living here, and he can still name them all. So, to answer your question, what am I working on? Living history. I'm working on living history. Back to you in Winnipeg.
Thanks, Kent. Tonight on Nation to Nation, host Todd Lamirande speaks to Elmer St. Pierre. Since last October, he's been the national chief of the Congress of Aboriginal Peoples. Although it's been around for 50 years, it's an organization that has been overlooked recently. Todd asked St. Pierre if questions about his predecessor's Indigenous heritage had been a factor in being ignored.
Do you think it had anything to do with your predecessor, National Chief Bertrand? There were questions surrounding his indigeneity. Do you think that had contributed anything?
I don't want to talk bad about Robert, but when I heard that, I think it was on. I got it through Facebook or wherever it was. I got it through. I was very, very disappointed at the way he presented himself. Because I know, like you said, I'm an Algonquin person. I'm a very proud Algonquin person, and I've got proof. And and you're right. It may have had some impact on the way Robert presented himself. I know other organizations that, through their membership, you got a chief that doesn't know whether he's Algonquin or what he is. So, I'm sure it had an impact on us.
Looking forward to that interview. Long-term care of Indigenous elders in Canada is in crisis, especially in the time of COVID-19. Reporter Brittany Guillot digs into one Winnipeg facility where some residents say they don't feel safe. Here's a preview of the Elder Gap.
Nobody knows if their mother passed away. 4 days until they started smelling death in that hallway.
This elder doesn't want to be named. She's scared of what may happen if she speaks out. A newspaper article last year got many residents in trouble for speaking to media.
And I got backlash, whatever you call it.
She's lived at this senior's home for years.
Well, my husband at the time was out of work, and he got me into Kenya because he wanted it to be safer.
But it didn't turn out that way.
At first it was okay because I'm a kind of person that sticks to myself and mind my own business. But I started to see things that weren't right.
And you can watch part 1 of The Elder Gap tomorrow, right here after the news. Well, that is just a brief look at what we're working on. You can find more tonight on the APTN National News at 6 Eastern and Mountain Time.